Science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition. The first thing you have to know is yourself. A man who knows himself can step outside himself and watch his own reactions like an observer. All money is a matter of belief. The real tragedy of the poor is the poverty of their aspirations. Labor was the first price, the original purchase, money that was paid for all things. It was not by gold or by silver, but by labor, that all wealth of the world was originally purchased. Happiness never lays its finger on its pulse. Consumption is the sole end and purpose of all production, and the interest of the producer ought to be attended to only so far as it may be necessary for promoting that of the consumer. No complaint is more common than that of a scarcity of money. What can be added to the happiness of a man who is in health, out of debt, and has a clear conscience? Humanity is the virtue of a woman, generosity that of a man. Never complain of that of which it is at all times in your power to rid yourself. On the road from the city of skepticism, I had to pass through the valley of ambiguity. The propensity to trot, barter and exchange one thing for another is common to all men, and to be found in no other race of animals. With the greater part of rich people, the chief enjoyment of riches consists in the parade of riches. Great ambition, the desire of real superiority, of leading and directing, seems to be altogether peculiar to man, and speech is the great instrument of ambition. Resentment seems to have been given us by nature for a defense, and for a defense only. It is the safeguard of justice and the security of innocence. I have never known much good done by those who affected to trade for the public good. This is one of those cases in which the imagination is baffled by the facts. Defense is superior to opulence. Nothing is more graceful than habitual cheerfulness. No society can surely be flourishing and happy of which by far the greater part of the numbers are poor and miserable. It is not very unreasonable that the rich should contribute to the public expense, not only in proportion to their revenue, but something more than in that proportion. Mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. The world neither ever saw, nor ever will see, a perfectly fair lottery. Virtue is more to be feared than vice, because its excesses are not subject to the regulation of conscience. The problem with fiat money is that it rewards the minority that can handle money, but fools the generation that has worked and saved money. And instructed and intelligent people are always more decent and orderly than an ignorant and stupid one. Corn is a necessary, silver is only a superfluity. Every man lives by exchanging. Problems worthy of attacks prove their worth by hitting back. Wherever there is great property, there is great inequality. The learned ignore the evidence of their senses to preserve the coherence of the ideas of their imagination. Individual ambition serves the common good. To superficial minds, the voices of the great seem at all times agreeable. Every man is rich or poor according to the degree in which he can afford to enjoy the necessaries, conveniences, and amusements of human life. A nation is not made wealthy by the childish accumulation of shiny metals, but it enriched by the economic prosperity of its people.